Is this too bold? I know, right? You can never be too bold, honey. Hi, my lovelies. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Keisha. I'm glad to meet you. And if you've been here before, welcome back. I missed you. Today, I'm going to jumpstart my next one palette challenge, and I'm going to be using the shades green. Oh my God. I want you guys to see this look. This look is gorgeous. I'm so pleased with today's look. Oh my God. So today's one palette challenge includes the Juvia's Place Tribe palette. It's a beautiful green palette. It has pops of like orange and gold in it. It's one of my faves so far. So this is it. I had to wait for this palette because every time I went to the website to get it, it was sold out. Aww. I know, right? Bummer. So I finally got my hands on it. As soon as I got it, I swatched it and I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna love this. I love using green. I feel like green eyeshadows make brown eyes pop. It's very complimentary to my skin tone. I feel like it just becomes me. So I figured I would share with you guys this palette because I waited so long for it. If you enjoyed this video today, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more of my content, don't forget, if you want to see me again, hit that subscribe button. And if you want to be notified of my next notification, hit that bell button. So without any further ado, let's jump into this review. See you there. Alrighty, my lovelies, let's jump right into it. I've already prepped my skin. So we've already cleansed and hydrated and moisturized our skin. And then I wanted to calm my skin down a little bit. So I went ahead and grabbed this Olay Mist. This is calming, the aloe vera, the aloe leaf and chamomile extract. This is really nice. It has a very nice soft fragrance. So if you are a little fragrance sensitive, this is really nice. They also have a green one, which I think is like energizing or something like that one. So the first thing we're gonna do is prep and prime my skin, and we're gonna use the Smashbox Photo Finish Super Light Smooth and Blur Primer. This one I like as well. I think out of all the primers I use like 3 or 4, like really dominantly. And then to apply my primer, as always, I just sort of dab it in the areas that I know I needed and then just smooth it on. So let's do that. All right, so we are all primed up and ready to go. Today, I'm gonna do a step that I normally do when it's really humid or really hot and I want my makeup to last a minute. And that's gonna be grabbing some translucent powder. I'm gonna be using the Beauty Bakery translucent powder. It looks like this. And I will take that on my sponge. So I always use 2 sponges. I have my purple one for dry products and my pink one for non-dry products. I'm gonna press this into the areas where I get oily using a damp sponge. And this just allows me not to get as oily as I normally would because it is a humid day, like it rained today. And if you are familiar with Texas or any like humid area that gets really hot, then you know it doesn't take much. A little bit of rain and it's hot and it's humid. It's very sticky weather. And so my makeup doesn't last that long. So doing a layer, like just pressing a layer of setting powder onto your skin on top of your primer, even if you're using a mattifying one, because this product doesn't, this primer by Smashbox, it does mattify, smooth, and blur, but I'm a very oily girl, so this is a step that I take. So we're gonna set that to the side because we're gonna use that later, and we're gonna go ahead into the next step, which is the face. So let's get started on my base. Okay, so for my foundation today, I'm gonna be using my Anastasia foundation stick. I am in the shade Cocoa, and I'm gonna apply Cocoa. I just do stripes. Just sort of draw it on. It's like an arts and craft project, you know. And this is a buildable one, even though it's like a really, it's thick. I mean, it's a stick, but it's really nice. It doesn't take much to blend it out. You can use a sponge. So I'll show you what it looks like with the sponge on this side. So as you guys can see, that blends out really, really nice. I know I have some friends who are like, I don't use a sponge with the stick product, and some are like, do you use a sponge? Do you not use a sponge? But as you guys can see, you can use a sponge. But I prefer the brush. So I'm just gonna go over here. I'm using a flat foundation sponge. I'm gonna blend this out real quick. I feel like when you blend a product out with a sponge, you're kind of giving yourself a lighter coverage, unless it's just a really full coverage product. But when I'm doing the majority of my foundation, I will be doing it with a brush. I want a little bit more coverage. I'm gonna go ahead and grab some more. So let's get to blending this out, shall we? So the next thing I'm going to do really quickly is go ahead and highlight my face and also do some correcting. So we're going to be using the Age Rewind. I'm going to be using two colors. I'm going to be using Golden and Caramel. So I'm going to start with Caramel. It's a darker of the two shades, and I'm just going to dab right along here. Down the nose. Grooving. And I'm gonna grab Golden. And I'm gonna put Golden right underneath because he is the lighter of the two shades. I'm gonna let that sit for a minute. And for those who wonder why some people allow their concealer to sit, it's because it kind of condenses the formula. So if it's a really loose product and you let it just sit a little bit, it just condenses it and you get a little bit better coverage, and it blends out a little bit easier without like you lost some product. Because sometimes when I first started messing with the highlighting method with concealer, I would blend my product out immediately and you would barely even notice I did anything. But I started watching Jackie Aina. If you're not familiar with her, she's a fellow YouTuber. Love Miss Jackie. She was like, yeah, just let it sit for a second. Just let it dry down and you'll get fuller coverage. And I started doing that tip. So thank you, Miss Jackie. Now, back to the matter at hand before I get lost in my own sauce. We're done with the foundation shade. So I'm going to pick up another Anastasia Beverly Hills foundation stick, and I'm going to be using the color Earth. And this is the shade that I use for contour. This is one of the first shades that I grabbed for contour, and I've been using it hardcore ever since. I'm going to pick up my angled brush. This is from AOA Studios, the F8. I just dust it on to my brush and then just do this. Just bring it right where I need it. So I'm going to go ahead and apply my contour and blend out my highlighter, and I'll be right back. Alright, now that it's blended out, go back to your foundation brush and just lightly go over the edges of where your concealer stops and allow you to soften that up so everything looks really nice and blended. I do not. No shade being thrown, but there's nothing less appealing than having your concealer shade just sort of look like it popped onto your face out of nowhere because you don't sort of soften the edges. And it's really, really simple to soften the edges. You can use your beauty sponge if that's what you use to blend out your foundation. You get up your dirty brush, whichever tool you just use, and just take that tool and just really softly, really softly just pounce up and down. You'll deposit a little bit of product on your brush and just sort of soften the edges. You don't want to look like bam, nice Nike check sign on the side of your face. You really just want it to be soft. You want to give yourself the depth and the highlight that you would naturally get on your face. Your face is always a little bit lighter in the center and you just have these shadows. So you don't want to look like you have a blinding light right here. No, just really softly bring it down. Just really lightly highlight your face. So before we get done, I think I'm gonna pick up Golden. I'm gonna grab Golden and I'm gonna put him right here in the center because I'm gonna be using my lightest shade there. Then I'm gonna grab the AOA Studios F33 brush, which is just a fluffy brush that I like to grab when I want to blend out my concealer on my lid. I just sort of tap it and then lightly blend. All right, we are all blended. Give me one final breeze. Okay, we're good. So I'm gonna go pick up my Beauty Bakey Flower Powder in this shade Yellow. I'm gonna use him right underneath my eye to set my under eye. Grabbing my purple beauty blender, which is the beauty sponge. The purple one is the one that I use for dry. So if you're ever wondering, is she using two sponges? Yes, the pink one is the one that I use for my liquid products. Any non-powder product I blend out with this pink one, and then anything that's dry, whether it's setting powder or a packed powder, whatever it is, I'm always gonna use this one for the dry. I know sometimes I bounce and don't say anything, but I'm gonna actually just press it in today. Let's press that right in. All right, so now that we have set my face, boom. All my highlighted spots have been highlighted and set with my yellow powder. Now I'm gonna go pick up my translucent powder, the same one we used from earlier. I told you we're gonna put that on standby. You know, put him on hold, tell me with him in a moment. And I am gonna set my whole face, but I'm gonna go ahead and bronze first. I like to bronze right now before setting because I feel like, especially in the summer when I wanna look more sun-kissed, I like to be bronzy. Like, I don't wanna be as contoured as I would probably in the winter, you know, when you're getting those extra cakes and cookies and pies and all the good stuff comes out the holidays. So if you get a little rounder in the cheek area, bronzing and contouring will save your life, okay? But right now, I just want that sun-kissed look. So I'm gonna pick up, you guys already know, if you've seen a few videos, I love the Fenty one. This one is my favorite. I feel like most bronzers just don't go deep enough for me. I can barely even tell that I put it on. This one I like, and I use the shade Coconati. And I'm gonna pick up my favorite brush for bronzing, which is my angled brush, the F14 from AOA Studios, and I'm just gonna bronze myself up. I think if you bronze while your foundation is still a little damp, you know, before you set it, you get that extra oomph from the bronzer. You know, it has something to stick to, because setting your face is really like drying it down. Can you guys tell what I just did? Can you see that? Oh my gosh. Boom. We's cute now. Hey. All right. So now that we've done that, I'm gonna grab a large fluffy powder brush. I'm gonna dip into my translucent setting powder. Swirl my brush, tap off the excess, and then lightly press this all over my face. And then buff it in. I'm gonna set my face, put down my shadow shield, and I'll be right back. Alrighty, my lovelies, we are back. Now, we have our shadow shield down. Our face is set. Now, it's time for my favorite part. The bright, the colorful addition to this look, the eyeshadow. Today, I'm gonna be highlighting this beauty. Ooh, I had to wait months to get my hand on this because every time I went to the website to order this product, this shadow was always sold out. There are two shadows from Juvia's Place that I really, really wanted, two palettes that I wanted, and the one of them was the Tribe palette. And the other one was the Warrior palette, which I have played around with on this channel, but he's gonna get his own solo too, because I love a good neutral look. But this is why I wanted this palette. Those colors are everything I love. I think green eyeshadow on brown eyes just really pops. And I think green is a really nice complementary color to my skin tone. I really started diving around in green eyeshadow when I was around high school because I went and got my first set of contacts, you know. I told my eye doctor, I'm a big girl now. I would like to start wearing contacts. I was getting my senior pictures done. I was in marching band in high school. It was just so inconvenient to always have them fogging up in and out. So I finally was like, you know what? I'm gonna upgrade my life. I'm gonna get me some contacts. Hey, hey, hey. So I did. I got 3 pairs. I got a clear one because I love my brown eyes. I just want to be somebody a little bit different every once in a while. So I got a pair of green ones and I got a pair of gray ones. And I felt like the green shadow just popped on the gray ones as well as my actual eye color. So yeah. I'm gonna start with on a fluffy brush with the shade Masai. I'm not really sure how you pronounce it, but it's like M-A-S-A-I. It's the really light green shade in the top corner. I'm gonna grab, I need to clean my brushes. I bought a really cool, look, this is just additional information. I bought this really cool brush cleaner from Tao, T-A-O. And it is the bomb.com, but I never want to take that thing out of my bathroom, you know, and I never really clean my brushes, but I've used it a handful of times. I really, really like it. So I would say if you do have the time and a few extra coins, go to Tao, T-A-O.com. I think it's Tao Cleaner or something like that. Look it up on Google, T-A-O. They have this amazing brush cleaner. I absolutely love the thing. I'm lazy, honey. I don't like cleaning my brushes. That's why I bought this. This is just a brush cleaner. You literally just rub the brush on here. Boom. And your brush is clean-ish. It'll be cleaner when I wash it, but for today, it'll be fine. So we're going to jump into that first shade that I showed you guys, Masai. I'm going to load up my blender brush. I'm going to grab my handy dandy hand mirror because, you know, like I said, I wear corrective lenses. I'm just not wearing them right now. We didn't load him up enough. Hold on. Okay, now we're ready. We're gonna tap him on the outer edge first. Come through, green. Hey! How you doing? I'm green. I've come to the party. So now that I've stamped that on the corner, I'm just going to bring it in. Very nice like, and then bring it up. Oh yeah, that's lovely. Alrighty, alrighty, alrighty. Hey, that looks nice. Can you guys see that pigmentation though? He pretty. So now let's slowly start to deepen this up. I'm going to grab the shade Tutsi, or maybe Tutsai, T-U-T-S-I. And I'm gonna bring him down a little bit. He's gonna go from the crease and just slowly work his way up. And for that, I like to use a fluffy, almost pencil shaped brush. So I'm gonna grab the AOA Studios E129. I'm gonna load this brush up. And we're gonna go back in. And I'm gonna put him in the corner. All my shades tend to happen on my outer corner. I feel like I want the most intensity over there. Now if you want to do a halo look, this would be the color that I would bring to the inner corner. I think I'm gonna stick to my usual like faux cut crease. I love when a look starts to come together because I start getting all excited. All right, that's good. Now let's grab, I'm gonna grab a big old pencil brush. This one is really nice. He's really unique in shape. This is the E104, or you can grab the E105. Both of them are kind of pencil shaped. This one's more pointy, so it might be a little bit easier. So depending on the shape of your eye will determine the size of a fluffy, the size of a pencil brush you'll use. I'm gonna pick up the color Sun, S-A-N. And he's right here. He's just really deep, almost like a cross between, we'll say forest green and emerald green, kind of had a baby. It has that depth, but it's not like dark in the mossy olive green family. So we're gonna put him on this brush and I'm literally gonna just focus him on the outer edge. The outer limits. Okay. The last thing we need to do now is determine what are we gonna do on my lid. Cause this is good. This is a 3 shade situation, and I'm happy with it. So now I think I'm gonna pick up two shimmers. I'm gonna start with this shade here called Coral, which is this really light one. And then Chaga, which will be this one in the middle. I'm gonna use Coral in the inner corner and Chaga on the outskirts, and then sort of blend it all together with the green. So as always, we're gonna get us a flat brush. This is the AOA Studios 1E, 1, 2, 3, and brush. I'm gonna start with Coral. I always start with my lighter shade first because I feel like if I start to lose some of that shade, I can always go back and add it on top for blending. So we're gonna, ooh, I love you, hello. This shade, even though it looks almost like champagne-y white in the pan, he has green reflex. Get it? That's what I like. Oh. And just FYI, I did not wet my brush. This is a dry brush. And look how pigmented this is. Look how nice that is. And I'm using this shade to slowly cut my crease too, so I have a guideline when I add the second glove. If you want to go completely monochromatic, you can just put this over your entire lid and bounce. But I'm extra. I know I said I was gonna go with Chaga, but like, Kuba, this green here is talking to me. I don't want to go too dark. I don't. I'm going to go with my first one. I'm going to go with my first instinct, and we're going to just do Chaga. C-H-A-G-A, for those of y'all who probably can't read what this thing says, and I'm probably screwing up the pronunciation, so. Can I get an A for effort, honey? All right, here we go. Just gonna pile that on. Oh, okay. I ain't mad at you. When I got this product, when I got this palette in the mail, when I finally received it, I just swatched this palette. I really didn't wear it yet. I'm a swatcher. As soon as I get something in the mail, the first, and I do mean the first thing I do is open everything, make sure nothing's damaged, and then swatch. That's the lipsticks, the eye color, the alrighty. I think I'm happy with this. I'm happy with where it is right now. So I'm gonna go do the other eye and I'll be right back. Alrighty guys, so both of my eyes are done. I love a green look. It's something about a green look that just makes my attitude go 1 to 100. Let me contain myself. All right, so the last thing I'm gonna do to my eyes before moving on to finishing my face is just doing some little under eye, the lower lash line detailing. So I'm going to grab my under eye smudger brush. All right, so for the under eye, the lower lash line shade, I'm gonna pick up this shade here, which is the second shade that we use on the upper lid area, which is to side. And I'm gonna blend it over the entire lash line. I'm going to line my waterline with a green eyeliner. This one is the ColourPop Cream Gel Liner in the shade Teaspoon. They're really, really pretty. So I'm gonna actually line my eye first. So let me do that, be right back. Beautiful, hey. If you wanna stop right here, you can, but I'm extra. I live boldly and in color, so we're gonna do that. So we're gonna pick up to side. And I've learned if you want to avoid getting the eyeshadow powder in your eye, if you press it in and sort of wiggle, sort of press and wiggle it, it'll eliminate getting the product in your eye. Because there's nothing worse than a little bit of powder up there. Especially if you wear contacts, oh my God. This is why I don't ever put my contacts in before I do my makeup, because oh my God, as much as I fear getting eyeshadow, like getting my the contact solution on my face, you know, because sometimes you can do a little extra in the contact solution and you look like you're crying. And if you look like you're crying, honey, then you kind of like mess up all that work you just did. But I live on the edge, honey. I'm a devil. I live on the edge. So I put my contacts in afterwards. It prevents me from getting any powder in my eye and in between my contact and all that mess. Let me do my other eye real quick. Done. I'm digging this. Like, I'm really feeling this, guys. Like, are you guys feeling this? Is this too bold? No! I know, right? You can never be too bold, honey. As long as you're blended and you're confident and you're working it, honey, be bold. Be courageous in your bold and colorful life. Let's keep it moving. All right. So now that we have the eyeshadow on, we can dust off this shield. I'm going to use my Bookie brush that I have from e.l.f. Cosmetics. I'm just going, boop, boop, boop. It's gone. All right, my next step, I'm going to grab my Sephora Micro Smooth Powder. This is in the shade Deep Ebony. I'm going to take my large powder brush, the same one that I used for my setting powder earlier. So this is a color powder. You can also use a brown or tinted translucent powder, which I also have one. I have 2 or 3 of them, I think. I know I have one from Beauty Bakery, and I know I have one from ColourPop. So I do have brown setting powders. All right. Now to keep in theme with the eyeshadow palette, we're gonna pick up my blush palette. Boom, 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 boom. This one is the Sahara Blush Volume 1 palette. This is a blush palette. It's a beauty. Oh yeah. So I'm gonna pick up a fluffy brush, and I actually want to give myself some depth here. Or at least that's what I'm thinking. Hold on, we might need to replay this in my brain, but I'm gonna go with my first thoughts. We're gonna do it, we're gonna do it. I'm gonna pick up this really dark shade over here. This is Abby A-B-Y. This is really dark shade. I'm gonna put him on the palm of my hand so you guys can see a really true representation of this color. But like, he is a deep purpley situation. I'm also going to pick up the shade Neo, which I'll show you which one that is, but I'm going to make a swatch first. There we go. Neo is the one here in the middle, somewhere. Here we go. In the middle. And these are the 2 shades together. I like this vibe. I'm really feeling this right now. So we're going to go there. So I'm going to start with the shade Abby, which is the darker shade. I'm going to load it up on my brush. And then I'm gonna tap that brush off. Oh my God. These blushes are so pigmented, you have to be careful. Tread with caution. And we're gonna go. So I just sort of pounce it on, just like that. Can you see that? This is like literally 1, 2, tap, 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 tap on my emergency I did too much towel. And you can still see that, okay? All right. So now that we've done that, I'm going to pick up my highlighter brush. I'm going to grab my large fluffy fan brush first, and I'm going to stick to this blush palette because it has a highlighter shade, and I'm going to pick up the shade Zara, which is this one right here. This camera just does not, the lighting in here doesn't do these justice, where they almost look alike, but when you see it in real life, you'll know it's not. Now, when I use my large fluffy brush, as I tell you guys all the time, my large fan brush, I really just go do like a back and forward sweeping motion over the top, because I use this sort of like give me a nice diffusion of product. I want to look like I'm glowing from within, so I'm not doing too much. Like a nice little fanny motion. Beautiful. Just a little bit of that. Just a little hint of something. I think is really, really nice. And by the way, I did pick up the other highlighter shade, and I'm just taking that on a smaller, more detailed brush. This is actually an eyeshadow brush. And I'm putting that right at the top of my cheekbone. Can you guys see that? Oh, I love when the light hits highlighter. I should be like a little, girl, stop, but I'm not. So yeah, baby, that highlighter is on. If you are, for whatever reason, feeling this a little too intense, just go pick up your fan brush and just lightly, oh, so gently, just coach him down a little bit. You know, turn down the lights, honey. Little Teddy Pendergraft advice there. Turn off the lights, hey. I'm an old soul, honey. I love old R&B, so if you know Teddy Pendergraft and you know what I'm talking about, leave a comment or a thumbs up in the bottom. Let me know I'm not the only one who enjoys old school classic R&B. Okay, so now that we are coming to the final parts of the makeup look, we've already did our blush, we've bronzed, we've highlighted, we have made these eyes say a million words. Let's put in on lips, okay? First things first, I'm gonna set my face. Boom. I feel like a disco ball. Hey. I had my coffee. But anywho's, now that we've set that, let's do my lips. I figured since I went completely in the bright department on my eyes, you're not gonna lose me. So I'm gonna go with my old standby Tried and True nude lippy lip. And if you guys know any green lipsticks that are bomb.com, whether it's a liquid lip or otherwise, leave a description in the box. I've been really playing around with green lips. I found one by Fenty and I think I found one by Smashbox that I'm digging. And I think I might have seen one at MAC. I could be wrong about all three. Wait, I know there's a green one from Fenty and I know there's a green one at MAC. And I know I saw a green one at another makeup center counter situation. But I don't remember who it was. I'm gonna line my lip with the Sephora Rogue Lip Liner, Gel Lip Liner in the shade, I don't know why I don't remember this. I only wear one shade there. This is Molasses number 17. Let me line my lips. Please hold. I'm gonna take the shade Naked. This is from AOA Studios. Wonder Matte Lip. I frequent Miss A for a lot of reasons. A, it's in some of my favorite malls, and B, they're inexpensive. So let's see what they got. If you have a store nearby, or you're traveling somewhere and you see that store, go in there. Honey, that store is like a shopaholic's dream because you're not gonna break the bank, but you can get a lot of stuff. Yeah. Be feeling like a baller with $20. So we're gonna grab the Fenty Gloss Bomb in the shade Fenty Glow. This is their universal shade. All right, now that we have the little gloss on, I just realized I'm going to do something else. Before we do the final steps, I'm gonna line my eye, go ahead and give me a quick wing. And to do my wing, I'm going to be using the Fenty Fly Liner in shade Black. And then I'm going to throw on a little mascara. We'll use Roller Lash today by Benefit. I'm going to do these two things, set my face, and I'll be back with the final looks. Alrighty, my lovelies, this is the finished look. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you're inspired to live boldly and in color and take a chance on the shade green. This was so much fun playing with this palette for the first time, like really just diving into it and seeing what I could do with it. And I hope you guys love it as much as I do. I'm so pleased with this look, guys. But anywho's, this is the end of the video. But before we go, please remember, if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. If you know someone who would enjoy this video, don't forget to share it. If you want to come back and see me again, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And of course, if you want to be notified of the next time we throw a party of color, hit that bell button. Make it rain, go ting. Thank you so much for joining me today, guys. I love you, my lovelies, and I will see you in the next one. Until then, live boldly and colorfully.